Numbers chapter 16. Korah's rebellion. One day, Korah, son of Ezer, a descendant of Korah, son of Levi, conspired with Dathan and Abiram and the son of Eliah, and son of Peli from the tribe of Reuben. They incited a rebellion against Moses along with 250 other leaders of the community or prominent member of the assembly. They united against Moses and Aaron and said, "You have gone too far. The whole community of Israel has been set apart by the Lord, and He is with all of us. What right do you have to act as though you are greater than the rest of the Lord people?" When Moses heard what they were saying, he fell face down on the ground. Then he said to Korah and his follower, "Tomorrow morning the Lord will show us who belongs to him and who is holy. The Lord will allow only those whom he selects to enter his own presence. Korah, you and all your followers must prepare your incense burners. Light fire in them tomorrow and burn incense before the Lord. Then we will see whom the Lord chose as his holy one. You Levites are the ones who have gone too far." Then Moses spoke again to Korah. "Now listen, you Levites. Does it seem insignificant to you that the God of Israel has chosen you from among all the community of Israel to be near him so you can serve in the Lord's tabernacle and stand before the people to minister to them? Korah, he has already given this special ministry to you, and you follow Levites. Are you now demanding the priesthood as well? The Lord is the one you and your followers are already revolving against. For who is Aaron that you are complaining about him?" Then Moses summoned Dathan and Abraham the son of Eli, but they replied, "We refuse to come before you. Isn't it enough that you brought us out of Egypt, a land flowing with milk and honey, to kill us here in the wilderness, and that you now treat us like your subjects? What's more, you haven't brought us into another land flowing with milk and honey. You haven't given us a new homeland with field and vineyard. Are you trying to fool these people? We will not come." Then Moses became very angry and said to the Lord, "Do not accept their grain offering. I have not taken so much as a donkey from them, and I have never hurt a single one of them." And Moses said to Korah, "You and all your followers must come here tomorrow and present yourself before the Lord. Aaron will also be here. You and each of your 250 followers must prepare a incense burner and put in incense on it, so you can all present them before the Lord. Aaron will also bring his incense burner." So each of these men prepared an incense burner, lit the fire, and placed incense on it. Then they all stood at the entrance of the tabernacle with Moses and Aaron. Meanwhile, Korah had stirred up the entire community against Moses and Aaron, and they all gathered at the tabernacle entrance. Then the glorious presence of the Lord appeared to the whole community, and the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Get away from all these people so that I may instantly destroy them." But Moses and Aaron fell face down on the ground. "Oh God," they pleaded, "you are the God who gives praise to all creatures. Must you be angry with all the people when only one man sins?" And the Lord said to Moses, "Then tell all the people to get away from the tent of Korah, Dathan, and Abraham." So Moses get up and rushed over to the tent of Dathan and Abraham, followed by the elder of Israel. "Quick," he told the people, "get away from the tent of this wicked man, and don't touch anything that belongs to them. If you do, you will be destroyed for their sins." So all the people stood back from the tent of Korah, Dathan, and Abraham. Then Dathan and Abraham came out and stood at the entrance of their tent, together with their wives and children and little ones. And Moses said, "This is how you will know that the Lord has sent me to do all these things that I have done, for I have not done them on my own. If these people die a natural death, or if nothing unusual happened, then the Lord had not send me. But if the Lord does something entirely new, and the ground opens its mouth and swallows them and all the belonging, and they go down alive into the grave, then you will know that this man have showed contempt for the Lord. He had hardly finished speaking in the word when the ground suddenly split open beneath them. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed the men along with their household and all the followers who were standing with them, and everything they owned. So they went down alive into the grave along with all their belonging. The earth closed over them, and they all vanished from among the people of Israel. All the people around them fled when they heard their scream. The earth will swallow us too, they cried. Then fire blazed forth from the Lord and burned up to the 250 men who were offering incense. And the Lord said to Moses, "Tell Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, to pull all the incense burned from the fire, for they are holy. Also tell him to scatter the burnt coal. Take the incense burner of this man who had sinned at the cost of their life, and hammer the metal into the sin shift to overlay the altar. Since these burners were used in the Lord's presence, they have become holy. Let them serve it as a warning to the people of Israel." So Eleazar the priest collected the 250 bronze incense burners that had been used by the men who died in the fire, and the bronze who hammered into the sin shift to overlay the altar. This would warn the Israelites that no unauthorized person, not one who was not a descendant of Aaron, should ever enter the Lord's presence to burn the incense. If anyone did, the same thing would happen to him as happened to Korah and his followers. So the Lord's instruction to Moses were carried out. But the very next morning, the whole community of Israel began muttering again against Moses and Aaron, saying, "You have killed the Lord's people." As the community gathered to protest against Moses and Aaron, they turned toward the tabernacle and saw that the cloud had covered it, and the glory presence of the Lord appeared. Moses and Aaron came and stood in front of the tabernacle, and the Lord said to Moses, "Get away from all these people so that I can instead destroy them." But Moses and Aaron fell face down on the ground. And Moses said to Aaron, "Quick, take an incense burner and place burning coals on it from the altar. Lay incense on it and carry it out among the people, purify them and make them right with the Lord. The Lord's anger is blazing against them." The plague had already begun. Aaron did as Moses told him and ran out among the people. The plague had already begun to strike down the people, but Aaron burned the incense and purified the people. He stood between the dead and the living, and the plague stopped. But 14,700 people died in that plague, in addition to those who had died in the affair involving Karen. Then, because the plague had stopped, Aaron returned to Moses at the entrance of the tabernacle. Chapter 17. The budding of Aaron's staff. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the people of Israel to bring your 12 wood staff, one from each leader of the Israel ancestral tribe, and inscribe each leader's name on his staff. Inscribe Aaron's name on the staff of the tribe of Levi, for there must be one staff for the leader of each ancestral tribe. Place this staff in the tabernacle in front of the ark containing the tablet of the covenant, where I met with you. But with sprout and the staff belong to the men I choose. Then I will finally put an end of the people's murmuring and complaint against you." So Moses gave the instruction to the people of Israel, and each of the 12 tribe leaders, including Aaron, brought Moses a staff. Moses placed staff in the Lord's presence in the tabernacle of the covenant. When he went into the tabernacle of the covenant the next day, he found that Aaron's staff, representing the tribe of Levi, has sprouted but blossom and produce ripe almonds. When Moses brought all the stuff out from the Lord's presence, he showed them to the people. Each man claimed his own staff, and the Lord said to Moses, "Place Aaron's staff permanently before the ark of the covenant to serve as a warning to rebel. This should put an end to their complaint against me and prevent any further did that. So Moses did as the Lord commanded him. Then the people of Israel said to Moses, "Look, we are doomed, we are dead, we are ruined. Everyone who even comes close to the tabernacle of the Lord die. Are we all doomed to die?" Chapter 18, Duty of Priest and the Levites. Then the Lord said to Aaron, "You, your son, and your relative from the tribe of Levi will be held responsible for any offers related to the sanctuary, but you and your son alone will be held responsible for violation connected with the priesthood. Bring your relative of the tribe of Levi, your ancestral tribe, to assist you and your son as you perform the sacred duty in front of the tabernacle of the covenant. But as the Levites go about all this assigned duty at the tabernacle, they must be careful not to go near any of the sacred object of the altar. If they do, both you and they will die. The Levites must join you in fulfilling the responsibility for the scare and the maintenance of the tabernacle, but no unauthorized person may assist you. You yourself must perform the sacred duty inside the sanctuary and at the altar. If you follow these instructions, the Lord's anger will never again blaze against the people of Israel. I myself have chosen your fellow Levites from among the Israelites to be your special assistants. They are a gift to you, dedicated to the Lord for service in the tabernacle. But you and your son, the priest, must personally handle all the priestly ritual associated with the altar and with everything behind the inner curtain. I'm giving you the priesthood as your special privilege of service. Any unauthorized person who comes to lead the sanctuary will be put to death. Support for the priests and the Levites. The Lord gave this further instruction to Aaron. I myself have put you in charge of all the holy offerings that are brought to me by the people of Israel. I give all this consecrated offering to you and your son as your permanent share. You are allotted the portion of the most holy of offerings that is not burned on the fire. This portion of all the most holy offering, including the grain offering, sin offering, and the guilt offering, will be most holy, and it belongs to you and your son. You must eat as the most holy offering. All the meal may eat of it, and you must treat it as most holy. All the sacred offering and the special offering presented to me when the Israelites lift them up before the altar also belongs to you. I have given them to you and to your son and daughter as your permanent share. Any member of your family who is ceremonially clean may eat of this offering. I also give you the harvest gift brought by the people as offering to the Lord, the best of the olive oil, new wine, and grain. All the first crop of the land that the people present to the Lord belongs to you. Any member of your family who is ceremonially clean may eat this food. Everything in Israel that is special, set apart for the Lord, also belongs to you. The firstborn of every mother, whether human or animal, that is offered to the Lord will be yours. But you must always redeem your first son, the firstborn, the ceremonially unclean animal. Redeem them when they are 1 month old. The redemption price is 5 pieces of silver, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel, which equals 20 gerahs. However, you may not redeem the firstborn of cattle, sheep, or goats. They are holy and have been set apart for the Lord. Sprinkle their blood on the altar and burn them as their fat as a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. The meat of this animal will be yours, just like the breast and the right sins that are present by lifting them up as a special offering before the altar. Yes, I'm giving you all these holy offerings that the people of Israel bring to the Lord. They are for you and your son and daughter to be eaten your permanent share. This is an internal and unbreakable covenant between the Lord and you, and it also applies to your descendants. And the Lord said to Aaron, your priest will receive no allotment of land or share of property among the people of Israel. I am your share and your allotment. As for the tribe of Levi, your relative, I will compensate them for their service in the tabernacle. Instead of an allotment of land, I will give them the tenth from the entire land of Israel. From now on, no Israelites except priests or Levites may approach the tabernacle. If they come to Lear, They will be judged guilty and will die. Only the Levites may serve as the tabernacle, and there they will be held responsible for any offense against it. This is permanent law for you to be observed from generation to generation. The Levites will receive no allotment of land among the Israelites, because I have given them the Israelites tithes, which have been present as sacrifice offering to the Lord. This will be the Levites' share. This is why I said they would receive no allotment of land among the Israelites. The Lord also told Moses, give this instruction to the Levites: when you receive from the people of Israel the tithes I have assigned as your allotment, give a tenth of the tithes you received, a tenth of the tithes to the Lord as a sacrifice offering. The Lord will consider this offering to be your harvest offering, as though it were the first grain from your own threshing floor, or wine from your wine press. You must present 1/10 of the tithes received from the Israel as a sacrifice offering to the Lord. This is the Lord's sacred portion, and you must present to Aaron the priest. Be sure to give the Lord the best portion of the gift given to you. Also give this instruction to the Levites: when you present the best part as your offering, it will be considered as though it come from your own threshing floor or wine press. Your Levites and your family may eat this food anywhere you wish, for it is your compensation for serving in the tabernacle. You will not be considered guilty for accept the Lord's tithes if you give the best portion of the priest. But be careful not to treat the holy gift of the people of Israel as though they were common. If you do, you will die. 19. The water of the purification. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, here's another legal requirement commanded by the Lord. Tell the people of Israel to bring your red heifer, a perfect animal that has no defect and has never been yoked to a plow. Give it to the Eleazar the priest, and it will be taken outside the camp and slaughtered in his presence. Eleazar will take some of his blood on his finger and sprinkle it 7 times toward the front of the tabernacle. As the Eleazar watches, the heifer must be burned in its hide, meat, blood, and dung. Eleazar the priest must then take a stick of cedar, a hyssop branch, and some scarlet yarn, and throw them into the fire where the hazard is burning. Then the priest must wash his clothes and bathe himself in water. Afterward, he may return to the camp, though he will remain ceremonially unclean until evening. The man who burns the animal must also wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and he too will remain unclean until evening. Then someone who is ceremonially clean will gather up the ash of the heifer and deposit them in a purified place outside the camp. They will be kept there for the community of Israel to use in the water for the purification ceremony. This ceremony is performed for the removal of sin. The man who gathers up the ash of the heifer must also wash his clothes, and he will remain the ceremony unclean until evening. This is a permanent law for the people of Israel and any foreigner who lives among them. All those who touch a dead human body will be ceremonially unclean for 7 days. They must purify themselves on the 3rd and the 7th days with the water of purification. Then they will be purified. But if they do not do this on the 3rd and the 7th day, they will continue to be unclean even after the 7th day. All those who touch a dead body and do not purify themselves in the proper way defile the Lord's tabernacle, and they will be cut off from the community of Israel. Since the water of purification was not sprinkled on them, their defilement continues. This is a crucial law that applies when someone dies inside a tent. All those who enter that tent and those who are inside when the death occurred will be ceremonially clean for 7 days. An open container in the tent that was not covered with a lip is also defined. And if someone in an open field touched the corpse of someone who was killed with a sword, or who died a later death, or if someone touched a human bowl or a grave, that person will be defined for 7 days. To remove the defilement, put some the ash from the burnt purification offering a jar and poured fresh water over them. Then someone who is ceremonially clean must take a hyssop branch and dip it into the water. The person must sprinkle the water on the tent, on all the furnishing in the tent, and on the people who were in the tent, also on the person who touched a human bowl, or touched someone who was killed, or who died later, or touched a grave. On the third and the seventh day, the person who is ceremonially clean must sprinkle the water on those who are defiled. Then, on the seventh day, the people being cleansed must wash their clothes and bath themselves, and the evening they will be cleansed of their defilement. But those who become defiled and do not purify themselves will be cut off from the community, for they have defiled the sanctuary of the Lord. Since the water of the purification has not been sprinkled on them, they remain defiled. This is permanent for the people. Those who sprinkle the water of the purification must afterward wash their clothes, and anyone who then touched the water used for purification will remain defiled until evening. Anyone that defiled person touched will be ceremonially unclean until evening. Then we are going to the chapter 20 for next day. So those several chapters is talking about there was a rebellion, and then also Lord give more commandment. So for the Levites and Aaron's the priesthood with his descendants. And there's several rules Israel people must follow, which means it's kind of give you every tribe have a different duty. You are born for this duty. It's kind of like give our lesson. We are born for something, and we should follow God's commandment. And we don't waste our talent, which is God gave to us. And the human's nature always, when you have something, you always ignore it and you want more other things. But God tell you, it's kind of like you're man, then to be a man, you're women, then to be a woman. It's not like you're man. Some men say, I want to be a woman. Or some women say, oh, I want to be a man. That is totally disordered. That is against God's commandment. Alright, so that is today's lesson. Hope everybody like it. God bless you, everyone. Let's see you tomorrow.